Hey, it's Diana the Happy Lawyer in like a spooky dark setting. This is kind of neat, actually. Yes, it's Sunday night. Time for Diana the Happy Lawyer. And where in the world is Diana the Happy Lawyer? It's like on my head, like just floating. I am at the Ramapo service area. Hi, Linda. I knew you'd be watching. I'm at the Ramapo service area. I guess it's, Ramapo, New Jersey. I don't think it's Ramapo, New York, but I'm on my way back from visiting my friend John. And the last time I did this, I ended up at Flushing Meadow Park, and it was still, sun setting. And it's much darker now at 8 o'clock, so fortunately I was able to scope out this little spot. I can't even get out of the car because it's just nothing but cars running. You know what a service station is, a service area. Off the New York State Thruway. I'm lucky to have it right now because I get to sit and relax and be me, do my show. So, last week I talked about getting started, doing whatever you could to get started, and here's a perfect example, just stopping what you do. Resume. I did. I put on the do not disturb, but it doesn't matter because people come in. Anyway, just pull out your Facebook. Pull out your phone. We all have phones. We have pencils and paper. You can start writing down ideas. Pull out your phone and start recording yourself. Just get used to hearing what you sound like on tape. Think about what you like to do. Talk about what you know. There's a million things any of us could talk about. I know it's maybe 500,000. Even if there was 100, even if there was 10, even if there was just 2 things that you knew about that you could talk about online or do something to create a business for yourself, get started. Start doing that. Don't waste time. And, Tony Robbins always said something funny. Somebody asked him about procrastination. What do you do about procrastination? And he said, I just put it off. So I try and think about that when I'm procrastinating, to just put it off. It doesn't always work. So that was last week's lesson, to get started and just, write something down, record something. Also, I have Diana the Happy Lawyer mugs now. I have Diana the Happy Lawyer t-shirts. If you have a dream and you want to see it come to life, put it on a mug. You can do that, cheaply at CVS or whatever, any of those places. And if you have a dream, my friend Miriam's got a great dream about raising Mustangs. And, you just put it on a mug and then you drink the mug. You use the mug for coffee every day, and it reminds you of your dream every day. So tonight's lesson is to live this day. Live this day, the one that you're in now. You want to put, Linda says paleo. What is that? You want to put paleo on a cup? Oh, you could, no. I know what you're talking about. You could totally start a paleo thing. You could say, if you want to do please do it. Do it for me and Ernie. We'll both listen. And, you could post your paleo tip of the day and show us how to cook. You could cook a paleo meal. There you go. That's something that you could definitely do. We all have something that, that we can do. Yeah, but we're starting the diet tomorrow. Remember, Monday. Don't worry. Eat the carbs. I ate carbs today, too. Sorry. So, living for today, living for the day that you're in, living in the present moment. It's been something that, people have been talking about, and you even hear it now on commercials, car commercials, like, live for the now. You want to buy your new car now, don't wait. But there's a lot to be said about that. Living in the present moment, living now, living today. It's really kind of important because it's really the only time you can live. It's the only time that your action can have an effect. And that's not to say that things that you did in the past didn't affect people or affect you, and other things that people did affect you in the past, or that if you're doing something today, that it won't affect your future. Or, like going to school, going to college, getting getting education, or buying a building where you're going to start running an office in the future. So yes, there are things that you can do that in the past and in the future that are going to affect your life. But the reality is, the only thing that you're actually able to do is what you're doing today. You can't go back and change anything you did in the past, and you can't change the future because the future hasn't happened yet. So it's really a very simple idea that, I've heard somebody say that when you're depressed, you're worried about the past, and when you have anxiety, you're worried about the future. And I find that to be true. And even myself, if I've gotten depressed or anxious, it's usually, you're depressed about something that happened in the past, a relationship that didn't work out, a job that didn't go through, something, maybe a project that you worked on that didn't pan out the way you wanted it to and you had to give up, or a house that you wanted to buy. I mean, there's a million things in the past that we can go over and say, this is something that, you're upset about because it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. And the truth is, you can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about your past. You can only learn from your past. That's the only thing you can do. If you did something or didn't follow through or gave up too quickly on a project, the only thing you can do about your past is learn from it. You can't change it. So any action that you're taking is not going to affect anything that happened in the past. It's done. Can't, except for Superman, spinning around the world until he, moves time back to save Lois Lane in the original Superman, that is. There's so many since then. That's the only time I've ever seen, going back into the past to change stuff. Other than that, can't do it. Can't change stuff in the past. The future is not here yet. So you can do all the planning you want, and you can, Linda's saying we haven't come this far, so we can only come this far. I'm still trying to get that phrase. So the future's not here yet. There's only stuff that you can plan about it, and if you're worried about the future, you're going to be anxious. So don't have anxiety about the future. Don't put yourself in a position where you're thinking about the future so much that it's causing you anxiety. You should look forward to your future. We should all look forward to our future, because the future is like a blank slate. It's like anything that you want to do in the future, you can create it for yourself. If you work hard enough, if you have a desire, if you start writing stuff down, if you start believing that you can do things for yourself, you can create a whole future for you that is exactly what you want. And that has to do with just believing in yourself, believing that you can get things done. So now we get to the get things done part of the program. Yes, one day at a time. That's exactly what it is. One day at a time. When you're getting something done, you can only do it today. You can only get something done today, whether it's learning something from your past or building something from your future. The only time that you can do that is today, right now, this present moment. And the present moment thing is I always thought it was funny, because it's like, okay, so the present moment is right now, and then it's right now, and then right now. So the present moment is only here for a second. You can't do something in a second, but you can take the day and do whatever you want to do, and even if it means just enjoy the day. Today I drove up to see my friend John. I don't usually go on Sunday. I'm hitting a little traffic on the way home, but you know what? I really wanted to do it, and I knew it's kind of funny because, when you're doing something in the present moment and things are happening, and then all right, today I'm driving, right? I saw an eagle. Okay, I saw an eagle driving. Just as I saw the eagle, and I said to myself, wow, I was like, is that an eagle? Is that an eagle? And then I said out loud, I was like, that's an eagle. And when I said that's an eagle, oh, sorry, I'm losing all my lighting. when I said that's an eagle, the guy on the radio said eagle at the same time. So he said eagle, I said eagle, I saw an eagle. So I know that sounds like minor, but it's really important because it shows that you're in the proper wavelength, in the proper vibrational energy where you're supposed to be. I'm supposed to be driving up to see John, even though it's Sunday, even though it's not my usual time. I couldn't do it on Friday. I didn't do it yesterday because I went to the beach instead, which was something I wanted to do on Saturday because it was the last beautiful beach day. And I did it, and I was like, that's it. I'm going to put everything off. I'm going to go to the beach. I mean, that's not so hard to do. But today when I saw the eagle and I said eagle and he said eagle, the eagle was there. It was weird. You'll notice, if you notice stuff like that happening to you, once you start paying attention to that, you'll notice it more and more. And when you're going through your day and the eagle wasn't driving my car, the eagle was flying overhead. It was actually flying with some other hawks, which I thought was unusual because, I've never seen eagles fly with other birds, unless maybe there was some roadkill that they were all looking at. But usually eagles fly alone. That's what they say. The eagle soars alone, not with other birds. And I noticed the other birds, and then I was like, that looks like an eagle with those other two birds. And I've seen eagles before. And as I was getting closer, I could see definitely it even flew right like lower in front of my car, and I could absolutely see it was an eagle. It was really, really, really cool. Here you go. My cousin Kathy. She takes every day living and always trying to stay cancer-free. That's the goal in life, right? So this is her goal in life. But really, Kathy, right? You can only do that every day. And you said one day at a time. You can't do that tomorrow. You can't do that yesterday. You just have to take the day. Literally, what is that word? That phrase? Seize the day. Seize the day. Because it's the one that's here right now. And if you're spending your time worrying about the past, being depressed, or anxious about the future and what's going to happen, then you're going to miss out on what's going on right now at this moment. And even now, I'm pulled over at the Ramapo service area. I think it's kind of cool because it didn't matter to me. I knew that at 8 o'clock my show was going to go on, or 8:05. And if it meant I was pulling over in the Ramapo service area or wherever, I was ready to pull over. If I thought, I kept an eye on where all of the service stations were, so that I could see, if I had, 17 minutes left and the next one was 25 minutes, then maybe I should stop sooner. But it was something that, I don't care. I'm happy. I'm happy to be sitting here in the dark in wherever I am. There's a McDonald's drive-through. Like the last place I would want to be is a McDonald's drive-through. But here it is, and here I am, and I got internet. So there's like nothing, that's really wrong. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. And when you start to see that during the course of the day, and you know what? Don't set out in the morning. Like I said last week, when you start writing your book, you have a pen and paper and you start writing, the names of chapters, Don't sit down and say, I'm going to write my book this weekend, because that's overzealous. You'll never be able to get it to do. It's like a fool's errand. You're not going to be able to get that stuff done. And I do this all the time. Like I'll wake up on Saturday morning. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my laundry done, and then I'm going to go out in the garden, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to rearrange the closet, and then of course all I do is drink coffee and maybe read a little bit. And I do laundry. Laundry is just a constant thing. But don't pile too much stuff on in a day. Be realistic about your day. Be realistic about what you can get done. And just try and get one important thing done. If it's laundry or if it's going food shopping. Kathy, I'm sure that you have things in your day that, that you just are no important for being alive. Just for being grateful for being alive. And that you do that important thing in the day to stay cancer free. So if you do that every day, that's your goal. That's you're done. You're done for the day. If you get that done successfully, then you really don't have to do anything else. But so everything else is just, the cherry on top of the ice cream after you get your important thing done in the day. So try and just set out to do one important thing for the day. My important thing for today was to go see John. It took all day, but I don't care. I went and I saw him, and it was good because he thought I was coming on Friday and I didn't make it, and so he was waiting for me for 2 days. So it was very important for me to go see him. And here, me and Linda, right? We were talking about kayaking on Friday, and I couldn't get away from my desk because Friday is a busy day. And by the time I got to her house, it was like 6:30, and the sun was setting in like 20 minutes. That didn't stop us from kayaking. The important thing we wanted to do that day was kayaking, and we did. We went out kayaking, and we stayed in the back bays, and we were out till about 9:30 at night. It was perfect weather. So don't think like, oh, it's too late in the day to get something done. You can do something at 11 o'clock at night. Lots of times you should try and get into the habit of, before you go to bed, run through in your mind the things that you successfully did for the day. You wake up in the morning and think about one or two things that you want to be successful at for the day. And then before you go to bed, think about the things you were successful at, because you're going to go to sleep and you're going to be feeling good about yourself. You're going to be feeling like, wow, I actually did that today. I set out this morning to do whatever, do my laundry or weed the garden, or what did I do the other day that was important? Oh, I cleaned out my dryer vent. My dryer vent was clogged. And it was very important because I needed to do that. I needed to do the dryer vent because it was, and I wasn't doing laundry. Again, with the laundry, I'm big on laundry this week. I guess because I was away on vacation and I still haven't gotten done with all my laundry. But, I was like, okay, I can't do laundry till I clean that dryer vent. And then one day I was like, this is it. This is the day I'm cleaning the dryer vent. And I did it, and it took, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to take it all apart and get all the stuff out of it and put it back together. But it was very important. And for that day, I did the dryer vent. I was super happy. I was like, that's it. I did it. I did it today. And, it was a successful thing. So everything else that I did after that was like, oh, well, now I can do laundry. Now I can, go outside and, weed my garden a little bit, or walk to the beach. I've definitely been trying to walk every day. That's something that is really, I'm getting back into the swing of that after being away. But it's just something that you need to consider, to focus on the day and be realistic about the things you can get done. Because if you start saying, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this, and then you go to bed at night like, I didn't get anything done, you're going to beat yourself up about, that. And so don't do that. Just try and get one thing. The lighting is stunning. You think so? I feel like, ooh, I can't even see my hair. All I can see is my face. I look like I'm just like a floating head. It's really, this shows. It's like Halloween. It's like a very Halloween look, just a floating head. So live for today, because it's really the only one that exists. I know it sounds crazy. Tomorrow doesn't exist. Yesterday's gone. This is the only time that actually exists, is right now. And if you waste it, you're never going to get it back. You don't get back days that you waste. And I waste lots of time. Believe me, I'll do something and I'll look at the clock and, oh my God, it's already 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I didn't do anything today. And that's a habit that I have to get out of. I have to wake up. That's why it helps me to wake up and walk on the beach for as long as I can. If it's the weekend, if I go out for even 2 hours, I don't care, because I feel so accomplished once I've done that. And during the week when I have to go to work, if I get out there and walk even for half an hour, as long as I'm out there a little bit just to walk, yeah, it is really beautiful in the morning when you're walking. I suggest everybody do this. Everybody get up and walk just 15 minutes in the morning if you have to. Walk up to the corner and come back, because just breathing in the air and seeing the day begin, seeing the sunrise coming up, Or even if sun is already up. Sunrise is about 6:30 right now. But even if you get out at 7 o'clock, it's still so early in the morning. The birds are just waking up, the squirrels are running around. There's not a lot of people out, hopefully, even in your neighborhood, even if you don't live, by the beach. Just walk around your neighborhood. And I'm guaranteed when you do that and you come home, you'll feel so accomplished because you'll feel like, wow, I walked. I walked for a half an hour. I did something for my health. I did something for, I breathed fresh air and I just, felt so good. And it's a good time to meditate as well if you're by yourself. Or walk with your children. Walk with your husband. Walk with your dogs. Walk whatever. If you walk by yourself, what did I say recently? Being by yourself is great because, you don't argue with yourself. Nobody talks back. You're always right if you're just by yourself and you're letting your brain wander and think about the things that that you need to work on for yourself. It's a great thing because there's no distractions. There's no distractions when you're by yourself except what's in your own brain, what's in your own mind. And it is hot in Florida. I used to walk at sunrise in Florida, and you cannot walk after 8 a.m. in Florida because you'll roast. But if you get out early enough, I don't know what time the sun is rising, even if it's a half an hour. I used to try and walk a half an hour in the morning and a half an hour at night in Florida because it's just too hot during the day. But Kathy, it's starting to get cooler now. I mean, it's September. So once we get into October and November and December, then you could walk year round. I'm going to have to stop walking come December because I don't like to walk below 35 degrees. That's my cutoff. But it is still a great thing to be able to just take whatever you think you need to accomplish in the day and set out to do it. Do one thing a day, one important thing a day, and focus on it. Focus on the day that's here because it's going to be gone. I mean, today's what, September 22nd? I don't even know because I've lost track. But I think tomorrow's the 23rd. That's the only reason why I know because I have court appearances on the 23rd. But try this week to just wake up in the morning, think about one thing that's important, and it may be just getting to work on time. I'm still working on that one, getting better at it. It may be just, getting something done at the job. It may be, we're going to start this paleo diet. We're going paleo. That's going to be important. It's going to be important for me to go shopping for the right food. It's going to be important for me to reach into the refrigerator and grab the right food. Kathy, you're dealing with vital, important health issues. So it's vitally important for you to do the right thing every day and not worry about what you're going to do tomorrow, what you're going to do about the next day. Oh, it's coming to me now. This is a big thing for Alcoholics Anonymous. Just get through the day. Don't worry about you'll never have another drink the rest of your life. Just focus on today. Don't have a drink today. And that's how you really build on something one day at a time. And before you know it, if you're putting little blocks together or, you're putting bricks together, one brick at a time, before you know it, you've built a brick wall. Some people say write one page of a book. If you're trying to write a book, write one page a day. And at the end of the year, you'll have 300 pages. And, that's a book. And you could have a book in a year. There are people trying to write books for years and years. Write one page a day. So live for the day. And the days are beautiful. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's hot, cold, cloudy, sunny, every single day is a gift. Every single day is beautiful. There are people that went to sleep last night and did not wake up today. So we never know when that's going to be for any of us, and, it's okay. But when you wake up in the morning, be grateful for the day and say thank you. Thank you for this day. And I'm not going to waste this day. And I'm going to do the best that I can for myself, for other people. I'm not going to put too much of a load on myself. just go easy on yourself and enjoy the day. If people start filling up their day, I have to do this, I have to do this, it's all stressed out. It's all stress. So go easy. Do one important thing a day. Think about it at night when you go to sleep. I did that one important thing today. It was successful. And then you'll encourage yourself to do the one thing the next day and the next day. And if you just live for the day, before you know it, you're going to have a whole life. And it's going to be amazing. And you'll be able to help yourself. You'll be able to help other people. Hey, Steve. Steve, we got to get some masterminds back together. I got one of my mastermind groups back together today, and it was amazing. So we definitely, let's focus on getting that done. I want to. So thank you so much for listening. I'm going to continue driving now. I think I saw something that said I'm 50 miles from New York City. I think that's the Tappan Zee Bridge. And then it's like another, 40 miles from home from there. So I'll be another hour or so before I get home, at least. But thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of today and enjoy tomorrow and all of those days that you have coming to you. I love you all, and love is all you need. Thank you, guys. Bye. Say bye, Ramapo Service Area. Bye. Look at that. All these people driving. Yeah, it was a beautiful weekend, so I bet there's a lot of people on the road. I'm going to check out now to see what my best traffic home is. Okay, thanks, guys. Love you. See you soon. Bye.